In 2014, a man froze to death inside his own car, full tank of gas, working heater. He made 3 mistakes in the first hour. By morning, he was gone. I'm going to tell you what killed him, and then I'm going to show you how to make sure it never happens to you. Because when the cold comes, fire won't save you. The smoke gives you away. The light attracts problems, and the wood always runs out. But your body is a furnace, and I'm about to teach you how to keep it burning. But first, you need to understand what you're actually fighting, the real problem. Here's what nobody tells you. Right now, your body is generating about 100 watts of heat. That's a light bulb's worth of warmth, just from being alive. Your metabolism burns calories every second, turning food into motion, thought, and most importantly, heat. The problem is, the cold doesn't fight fair. It steals that heat in 3 brutal ways. First, conduction. You sit on frozen ground and the earth sucks warmth straight out of your body like a vampire. Second, convection. Wind rips across your skin, stripping away heat faster than you can make it. And third, radiation. Your body just bleeds infrared energy into empty space. Invisible, but deadly. Below 32 degrees, you've got maybe 3 hours without shelter. Your body burns twice as many calories fighting the cold. And here's the cruel part. Right before you freeze to death, you'll feel hot. You'll want to take your jacket off. That's hypothermia lying to you. Your job isn't to make more heat. You're already a heat factory. Your job is to stop the bleeding. And that's exactly what these 6 methods do. Let's start with the most important one. Method 1. Turn your clothes into a walking sleeping bag. Layers aren't just advice from some dead hiker's manual. They're pure physics. And most people screw this up immediately. Start with a base layer that pulls moisture away from your skin. This is critical. Wet skin conducts heat 25 times faster than dry skin. Water is a death sentence. Use wool or synthetics. Cotton kills. Write that down. Next, your insulation layer. Fleece down, crumpled newspaper, dry leaves, literal garbage. Anything that traps still air. Because air is one of the best insulators on the planet, but only when it's not moving. Moving air is convection. Convection is the enemy. Then your outer shell. Windproof, waterproof. Trash bags work, tarps work. That ratty poncho you found in a dumpster? Congratulations, you're weatherproof. But here's the trick nobody does. Stuff your jacket. Crumple up dry grass, shredded paper, foam from a torn seat cushion, and cram it between your layers. You're not trying to look good. You're trying to not die looking stupid. And whatever you do, cover your head. You don't lose most of your heat through your head. That's a myth. But your head is packed with blood vessels. Lose heat there, and your brain starts making terrible decisions, like taking off your jacket because you feel warm. Don't listen to hypothermia, it lies. One more thing, loose layers beat tight layers. Tight clothes cut off circulation. You want air pockets, not compression. Think puffy, not sleek. Now, layers will keep you warm while you're moving. But when you stop, when you need to rest, you need shelter, and you can build one out of nothing. Method 2. The debris hut. No tent, no sleeping bag, no problem. You're gonna build nature's sleeping bag out of trash. Find a long branch. This is your ridgepole. Prop one end against a tree or a rock about waist high. Now lean smaller branches along both sides like ribs on a skeleton. Here comes the magic. Bury it. Leaves, pine needles, grass, moss, anything dry and organic. Pile it on thick, I mean really thick, at least 2 feet deep on all sides. This isn't a roof. This is insulation. The more the better. Now crawl inside. It's tight, it's claustrophobic. It smells like wet forest floor. Perfect. If you can stretch out comfortably, it's too big. You want it small enough that your body heat actually warms the space. This takes 2 to 3 hours to build right, so don't wait until dark. And never build in a valley. Cold air sinks, you want high ground. Line the floor with more debris. Thick, you lose 60% of your heat to the ground. If you're lying directly on frozen earth, conduction will drain you dry by morning. One last trick. Plug the entrance with a ball of leaves or grass. Sounds dumb, but it can make the inside 10 degrees warmer. That's the difference between shivering all night and actually sleeping. No woods nearby? You're in a city? Same concept. Cardboard boxes, trash bags, packing foam, bubble wrap. Stack it, layer it, crawl inside. Physics doesn't care if it's pretty. But what if you can't build a shelter? What if you need something faster, lighter, something you can carry? That's where this next method becomes your best friend. Method 3, the mylar burrito. You know those crinkly emergency blankets that look like giant candy wrappers? They're not gimmicks. They're radiant heat reflectors, and they'll save your life. Your body radiates infrared heat constantly. Normally, that heat just vanishes into the air. But wrap yourself in mylar, and that heat bounces back at you. It reflects 90% of your body's radiant heat. You're basically inside a thermos. But here's how you actually use it. Don't drape it over yourself like a cape. Wind will shred it in 10 minutes. Layer it inside your jacket or between blankets. Use it as a ground sheet to stop conduction. Tape it to the walls of your shelter, shiny side facing in. Now your whole shelter is a low-budget oven. No mylar? Aluminum foil works. Reflective bubble wrap from a hardware store works. Even a car sunshade flipped shiny side toward you does the job. And if you're in a car, this is huge. Cover the windows with mylar or foil. It traps your body heat inside and blocks the wind. A small car with the windows covered can be 15 degrees warmer than outside. That's survival. Mylar keeps the heat in. But sometimes you need to generate extra heat first. And there's a stupidly simple way to do that with just a bottle. Method 4, the water bottle radiator. This is bootleg central heating. If you have any heat source at all, a stove, a fire, even a car engine that was running an hour ago, you can pull this off. Find a bottle, plastic or metal, fill it with hot water, not boiling. You're not cooking yourself. Around a 130 degrees max. Hotter than that and you'll get burns even through fabric. Wrap it in a sock or shirt. Now tuck it against your core, not your feet, not your hands, your core. Or better yet, against the big arteries, your groin, your armpits. That warms your blood directly, and your blood carries that heat everywhere. That bottle stays warm for 4 to 6 hours, depending on how well you insulate it. And when it cools down, you've got drinking water. 2 problems, 1 solution. No hot water? Fine. Fill a bottle with whatever water you have. Tuck it against your stomach or under your arm. Let your core heat warm it up. Once it's warm, move it down to your feet. You're now a human-powered heat pump, cycling warmth where you need it without burning a single extra calorie. And if you're really desperate, pee in a bottle. Tuck it in your jacket. Your body warms it to 98 degrees. Then move it to your feet. Gross? Maybe. Effective? Absolutely. That's a portable heater. But what if you don't have anything? No bottle, no mylar, no branches for a shelter? Then you use the one thing that's always available. Garbage. Method 5. The cardboard cocoon. Cardboard is magic. It's everywhere. It's free. And it's full of tiny air pockets that trap heat, flatten out boxes, and layer them under you. This is your first priority. Remember, 60% of heat loss is to the ground. Cardboard under you matters more than cardboard over you. Cardboard has an R value of about R3 per inch. That's real insulation. Not great, but way better than nothing. And nothing is what most people use. Tape it over windows to kill drafts. Wear it. Seriously. Shove flattened pieces under your jacket like medieval armor. Yeah, you look ridiculous, but you're warm. If you're stuck in a car, line the entire interior. Windows, floor, ceiling if you can. You're building a cardboard cave inside your vehicle. It's ugly, but it works. A lined car can be 20 degrees warmer than an empty one. One warning, wet cardboard is useless. It loses 90% of its insulating power when wet. Keep it dry at all costs. And if you're in a city, cardboard is everywhere. Behind grocery stores, liquor stores, any retail shop, there's always a fresh supply. All these methods work, but there's one technique that's older than all of them. One that every animal on this planet knows instinctively. Method 6, the huddle. This one's primal. If you're with other people, get close. I don't care if it's awkward. I don't care if you just met them. The cold doesn't care about your personal space. 2 people generate 200 watts of heat. In a shared space, you each need half the insulation. The math is simple. Huddle up. Back to back, side by side, share blankets, share sleeping bags. 2 people in one sleeping bag stay warmer than 2 people in separate bags. Animals know this. Penguins do it. Wolves do it. You're not above it. If you're alone, fetal position. Knees to chest, arms wrapped tight. You're cutting your surface area by 40%. Less surface area means less heat escaping. Hands go in your armpits, not your pockets. Pockets compress. Armpits have active warmth. And here's a trick most people don't know. Breathe into your shirt or a scarf. You're pre-warming the air before it hits your lungs. Sounds small, but it saves about 10% of your energy over a long night. Never sleep on your back. That's maximum surface area exposed. Side or fetal, always. Now, all these methods keep your heat from escaping. But here's what most survival guides won't tell you. Your body only makes heat if you give it fuel. And in the cold, that fuel runs out fast. The fuel your furnace needs. Your body is a furnace, but furnaces need fuel. And in the cold, you're burning through it fast. In extreme cold, your body burns 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. That's double your normal rate. If you're not eating, You're losing. Fats are king. They burn slow and produce the most heat. Peanut butter, nuts, chocolate, cheese. Eat fats before bed. They'll keep your internal furnace stoked all night. Small snacks every 2 hours beat big meals. Keeps your metabolism steady. And hydration. This is huge. Cold makes you pee more. You dehydrate faster than you realize. And dehydration makes hypothermia hit harder and faster. Drink water even if you're not thirsty. Eating snow? Bad idea unless you have no choice. Your body burns 150 calories per liter just to melt it. That's energy you can't afford to waste. So you've got the methods. You know how to fuel your body. But none of it matters if you make one of these 3 fatal errors. These are the mistakes that actually kill people. Pay attention. The 3 mistakes that actually kill people. Mistake number 1, paradoxical undressing. You feel hot, you start stripping off clothes. Within minutes, you're dead. This is late-stage hypothermia. Your brain is malfunctioning. If you feel warm but you're still cold, that's the lie. Don't believe it. Mistake number 2, drinking alcohol to warm up. Feels great for about 5 minutes, but alcohol dilates your blood vessels. You lose heat faster, not slower. Alcohol kills people in the cold. Mistake number 3, exercising to stay warm. Works for 30 minutes, then you sweat. Sweat makes you wet. Wet makes you dead. Don't do jumping jacks in the cold. Move just enough to stay functional, not enough to sweat. And if you want to know if you're making these mistakes, if you want to catch hypothermia before it catches you, you need to recognize the signs. Because your body will tell you when it's losing. You just have to know what to listen for. Know when you're losing. Here's how hypothermia kills you, stage by stage. Stage 1, body temperature drops to 95 degrees. You're shivering hard. Your mind is still clear. You're uncomfortable but functional. This is your window. Fix it now. Stage 2, 90 degrees. Violent shivering. You're clumsy. Fingers don't work right. Thinking gets slow. You're in trouble. Stage 3, 82 degrees. Shivering stops. This is the danger sign. Your speech slurs, you're drowsy. Your body is giving up. If you're not warming up and shivering stops, you are dying. So now you know the warning signs. You know the methods. You know the mistakes. There's only one thing left to say. The cold doesn't care about your story. It doesn't care if you're tough or smart or prepared. It's just physics. And physics always wins. But now you know the rules. Layer like your life depends on it. Because it does. Insulate the ground first. That's where death comes from. Feed your furnace. Your body runs on calories and water. And when your brain tells you to take off your jacket, that's hypothermia lying. Don't listen. The difference between freezing and surviving isn't luck. It's knowing these 6 methods. It's refusing to quit when your body wants to stop. You're not tougher than the cold, but you can be smarter. And smart beats tough when it's 20 below. So when the grid dies and the cold moves in, you'll be ready. Not because you got lucky, because you knew what to do. And you did it. Now go subscribe, because I've got more ways to keep you alive when everything else goes wrong.